What could possibly go wrong when you book the absolute cheapest flight available and hope for the best? Can saving a few dollars on airfare really lead to an unforgettable adventure or a complete disaster? What started as a simple attempt to travel on a budget quickly turned into a journey full of surprises. Today, I am sharing everything that happened after booking the cheapest flight I could possibly find online. If you love travel stories and unexpected adventures, don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing content. 1. The price seemed too good to ignore. When I first saw the ticket price, I honestly thought it had to be a mistake. The fare was dramatically lower than every other option available for the same route. At that moment, saving money felt like the smartest travel decision I could possibly make. Without thinking too much, I quickly booked the flight before the deal disappeared forever. Everything seemed perfect and I felt excited about beating the system and saving money. Friends even congratulated me for finding such an incredible travel bargain online that day. I imagined a smooth trip while spending far less than most travelers usually spend. 2. The problems started before departure. A few days later, I noticed details that I had completely overlooked while booking. The airline charged extra fees for things that most travelers normally expect included. Checked luggage required an additional payment that almost doubled the original ticket cost. Even choosing a seat came with another fee that seemed surprisingly expensive overall. The departure airport was also much farther away than I initially realized before. Getting there required extra transportation costs and significantly more travel time than expected. Suddenly, the cheap ticket did not feel quite as affordable as before anymore. 3. The airport experience was stressful. The day of departure started much earlier than I would have preferred, honestly. The airport was crowded, confusing, and far busier than I had anticipated beforehand. Long security lines moved slowly and created anxiety about missing the flight entirely. Finding the correct gate took much longer than expected because of limited signage. Many passengers appeared frustrated and confused by constant schedule updates and announcements. The atmosphere felt chaotic compared to other airports I had visited previously. Instead of feeling excited about traveling, I was already feeling exhausted and stressed. Could the journey possibly get any more complicated before even boarding the plane? 4. The flight delay changed everything. Just when boarding was supposed to begin, an unexpected delay was announced suddenly. At first, the delay seemed minor and not something worth worrying about seriously. However, minutes quickly turned into hours with very little information provided to passengers. People became increasingly frustrated while waiting for updates from airline staff nearby. Food options were limited and airport prices made every meal surprisingly expensive there. The delay eventually affected connecting plans and created additional travel complications later. What was supposed to be a simple trip was becoming a major challenge. Was saving money really worth spending countless hours stuck inside an airport terminal? 5. The plane was not what I expected. When boarding finally began, another surprise was waiting inside the aircraft cabin. The seating felt extremely cramped with very little legroom available for passengers. Even short movements felt difficult because space was limited in every direction. The seats were less comfortable than any airline seat I had experienced before. Basic amenities that many travelers expect were completely unavailable during the flight. Passengers had to pay extra for snacks, drinks, and almost every service offered. The experience felt more like surviving transportation than enjoying a journey through the skies. Had I sacrificed comfort completely in exchange for a lower ticket price? 6. Unexpected costs kept appearing. Throughout the trip, additional charges continued appearing when I least expected them. Carry-on baggage restrictions created confusion and extra expenses for many travelers on board. Simple conveniences often required payment, turning small purchases into significant travel costs. Every attempt to save money seemed to result in another unexpected fee later. The original ticket price no longer reflected the true cost of the journey. When everything was added together, the savings became far smaller than expected. Many passengers around me expressed similar frustrations about hidden expenses throughout travel. Was the cheapest flight actually one of the most expensive choices in disguise? 7. The destination almost felt worth it. After all the delays and challenges, finally arriving felt like a major victory. Stepping outside the airport immediately improved my mood and renewed my excitement. The destination was beautiful and offered many incredible experiences worth remembering forever. Exploring new places reminded me why I enjoy traveling despite occasional difficulties. The adventure itself eventually became more important than the problems along the way. Even frustrating situations turned into interesting stories that I could later share. For a moment, I almost forgot how stressful the journey had actually been. 8. The return flight brought more surprises. Unfortunately, the challenges were not limited to the outbound journey alone this time. The return flight experienced schedule changes that created additional complications and delays. Communication remained limited, leaving passengers uncertain about what would happen next. Many travelers scrambled to adjust plans because of constantly changing information available. The situation felt frustrating because similar problems had already occurred earlier before. Patience became essential while dealing with another series of unexpected travel obstacles. By this point, I simply wanted the trip to end without further issues. 9. I learned an important travel lesson. This experience taught me that the cheapest option is not always the best choice. Looking beyond the advertised price can reveal important details about overall travel costs. Convenience, reliability, and comfort often provide value that is easy to underestimate. A slightly more expensive ticket may sometimes save money and stress in the end. Reading policies carefully can prevent unpleasant surprises after booking flights online today. The experience changed how I compare airlines and travel options moving forward. What seemed like a smart decision became a valuable lesson about travel planning. 10. Would I ever do it again? Looking back, the journey was memorable for reasons I never expected initially. The cheapest flight certainly provided a story that I will never forget. While the destination was wonderful, the travel experience itself was often frustrating. The delays, fees, and discomfort made the trip much harder than necessary overall. There are situations where budget airlines make sense for certain travelers and routes. However, I would research far more carefully before booking a similar ticket again. The experience reminded me that value matters more than simply choosing the lowest price. Now you know exactly what happened after I booked the cheapest flight I could find online. From hidden fees to unexpected delays, the experience became far more complicated than expected. What would you have done in the same situation, and would you book that flight yourself? Share your thoughts in the comments and tell us about your worst travel experience ever. If you enjoyed this travel story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible adventures.